Hello, my friends. Welcome again. Things might look a little bit different this time. I'm playing around with different ways of doing this, and I'm actually doing this from my laptop. So the picture quality may not be quite as good, and well, we'll see how the sound quality is. But I believe this is in landscape mode. So we'll see how this turns out, and if this works, perhaps it will be a taste of things to come. No pun intended. Also, I need to keep looking at you instead of at the little freaking preview screen down there. It's going to take me a second to get used to it. So there you go. I asked for some volunteer ideas for what I should make. Hey, landscape, good. Hi, Renee. Good to see you. I saw you were doing yoga earlier. That's exciting. Hopefully the basement treated you well. Um, uh, where was I? So I had solicited some requests, and somebody said, Brian has, who I've not seen in ages, requested that I do something with both bourbon and scotch. So challenge accepted. And the answer to that challenge is right here. So this is Stranahan's. It is an American whiskey out of Colorado. It follows the production process of bourbons, the virgin oak casks and the aging process and such, but it is all done out of malted barley, like Scotch. Even the stills are compound stills, and it is somehow somewhere between a bourbon and a Scotch. So I think that's called a skirben, technically, because it definitely isn't a botch. My apologies if you've heard that joke before. And that terminology is not original to me. So, Gene, if you happen to be watching, I got it from you. I learned it from you. So, what are we making today? I think I am going to make a Boulevardier, taking inspiration from one of my friend Norm's posts at this point, I think maybe a week ago. We'll see. So I'm going to make a Boulevardier, and this is also following on my partially not satisfactory results with the Negroni that I tried to make. So Boulevardier is everybody terms it's like a Negroni but with bourbon instead of gin. So it's the darker, more sinister cousin to the Negroni, as opposed to the oldest pal, which is made with rye. So if I'm selling this as a skirben, perhaps it isn't a Boulevardier. We'll have to come up with a name for it. So my plan is I'm going to make it with an ounce of each of the traditional ingredients, the boozy booze, and a sweet red vermouth. And I'm going to be using the Carpano Antica. And normally you would make it with Campari. I don't have any Campari, but Campari is a bitter orange aperitif. So a lot of people can and do substitute out Aperol. And I have the local Tattersall's bitter orange, which fits the same niche. So we're going to go with that and see how it goes. So let's get to the science, shall we? You'll notice, though, I didn't trot out any bitters. To the best of my knowledge, bitters aren't a traditional part of this drink, but we'll see how it tastes, and depending on how it tastes, I may do some in the glass experimentation. So let me go ahead and start mixing these guys. I'm noticing in the preview that this isn't getting down quite as far, but then I don't want you looking up my nostrils at me. So again, experimentation. So it's a constant thing. So we got the ounce of the whiskey and the ounce of seals in the freshness. The vermouth we'll pour now. Once again, and I've mentioned this before, I've gotten into the habit of vacuuming my vermouth, since it is, even though it's fortified, it's wine, and as a wine, it could be subject to oxidation. So at least that's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. And so far, it's working out okay. So an ounce of the vermouth. And last but not, and I'll reseal this a little bit later. I won't pump on the vacuum on your dime. I mean, unless you like really want to see me pumping away at a vacuum bin, in which case let me know. I'll entertain you. Why not? Okay. And we have the ounce of the bitter orange. So let's go ahead and stir this bad boy up. And I was given some advice about stirring that basically I was told I'm not packing the ice in tightly enough, and that it should be harder for me to stir until it loosens up. And when it loosens up and it's becoming easy to stir, that's when it's diluted to the point that you want to stop stirring. So learn something new every day. And so I'm giving that a try. I put a little bit more ice in here. Hey, Kamala. How are you doing? Everything going okay? How's everybody out there in Boston? Cambridge, sorry. Actually, Cambridge. All right, I think that's good. So let me get me strainer. And let's put it in a glass. Oh, also, I got a comment on, so I've been posting these videos up to YouTube, and I got a fantastic comment. Look at that color. Oh my God, that's beautiful. I can't wait to get this in my mouth. I got a great comment on my Mai Tai video, and I want to share it with you guys. So if you'll indulge me. And for garnish, I'm going to give it a twist of orange, which I'm not setting on fire at the moment. You got to give yourself some place to go, right? So let's twist and flick, twist and flick. Wingardium Intoxicosa. And here we have the somewhat substituted variation of the Boulevardier. So let's give this a sip and see how it tastes. Let's see. Yes, I'm talking directly to you. This is one of the advantages of doing this on my laptop, is I can actually see the comments. And this is the advantage of watching me live, is, you get to have me name drop you. So, and I love you. Mwah. That's a little personal. Ooh. Oh, I like this. It's got an interesting flavor profile. If you have seen me make the For the Allocation, it's kind of reminding me of the For the Allocation. It's a little bit bitter. It feels like it could be sweetened up a little bit. So I don't know if I want to try to sweeten it up in the glass. What do you think? You're responding to me, Kamala. Should I try it? What do you think, Mim? Should I try and sweeten it up in the glass? Give it a little simple syrup? It's for science, right? Let's try it. Hold on, be right back. Aha, through the magic of small apartments, I have some simple syrup at hand. I am not going to use all that much. I'm just going to give it a bar spoon's worth of syrup. Yes, I know this is a little untowards just doing this right in the glass. Let's see how it goes. So yes, measurement is 1 bar spoon. All right, let's see. Okay, that's better from a sweetness perspective, but it feels like it took out some of the flavor complexity.
You should have used orgeat.
Yeah, maybe I should have used the orgeat. Oh, and speaking of orgeat or orgeat, sorry, I'll stop it with that very, very juvenile joke. Part of the comment that I got. This is like I feel like I've got a viewer mail portion of this now, which is weird and hilarious, but this is actually great. Where are the orgeat at? I think the French it's orgeat, but a lot of Americans add the T at the end. Fun fact about the Mai Tai, you don't actually need any light rum for a traditional original recipe Mai Tai, which your other ingredients fit the bill for. The Mai Tai is made with 2 ounces of 100% aged Jamaican rum, like the Smith & Cross that the Bitter Cube site recommended, but you probably only need about 1.5 ounces due to its strength. The Hawaiian Mai Tai, a different cocktail, adds some light rum. I'm not sure why Bitter Cube used light rum in both of their Mai Tai recipes. Maybe they thought it would go well with their bitters. Also not traditional for this drink, but sounds delicious. Interested viewers can learn more about the Mai Tai app, and he gives a link. So, Corey, thank you for your comments. Well received, and I will be trying variations on the Mai Tai, and we'll try some without light rum, and we'll see how it goes. So, in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy a little bit more of this. I might actually try. Okay, if I was going to add a dash of bitters to this, I realize this video is running long now. If I was going to add a dash of bitters to this, it's very orangey. I definitely don't want to add more orange bitters. I want something to set it off. And I don't want it to get too bitter again. So what I'm going to try, I think, my plan is I've got some of the Bitter Cube Blackstrap bitters, and I'm going to give it a dash of that and stir it up maybe with my finger. We'll see how that goes. Science in action. Live experiments. What more can you ask for? Okay, here we go. Bitter Cube Blackstrap bitters. And looks like more comments. This doesn't auto scroll. Peychaud's. Ooh. That could be a really good option. I've got this in my hand though. I'm going to go with this. So 1 dash. And I think I can get us back to where we are to try it with Peychaud's if this doesn't work out. I mean, I won't be able to do it this time because I've already added this. And it just seems like adding in more bitters after more bitters is a recipe for hilarity. Not for my mouth, but, you know, for the rest of us. That's interesting again. It's got more depth. Yeah, we're still dancing around the outside of this orange thing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with this. It's interesting. So maybe not the Skirvin. We'll see. Again, part of my challenge here is controlling it to only changing one variable at once, which is difficult without draining the alcohol supply and ruining my liver. So science will happen slowly. Science takes the time it takes. we just can't push it. Anyhow, thank you very much for joining me. It has been lovely seeing you. Hopefully, I will see you more in person even soon. And if not, I'll see you online. In the meantime, be well, stay healthy. L'chaim.